I'm excited. I'm about to be a little bit more cultured, but no one tells you how to mentally prepare for it so you aren't depressed out of your mind. Personally, just personally, summer here is crazy. Like crazy in a good way, obviously. When you're a student, it is hard. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't already know me, hi, my name is Yasmin. So if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you would already know that I go to McGill University in Montreal, and I'm actually finishing my second year. So I've been living in Montreal for almost 2 years now, and yeah, since the semester is coming to an end, I know that so many people are graduating and so many people are coming here. I've actually previously made a video on the 20 things you should know before moving to Montreal, so if you guys are moving here, make sure you check that out. I linked it in the description box down below. But for today's video, I kind of wanted to get more into the specifics of what student life is really like in Montreal. Like, I want to share my experience, what I wish I would have prepared for, the things I've learned. So this video is actually split into a couple different categories, and you guys can check out the description box down below to find the timestamps for each different category in case you just want to learn about one specific thing. So the things that I'm going to be talking about is, firstly, Montreal 101, the basic things you need to know, the city, the culture, the people. Second thing I'm going to be talking about is language, and then I'm going to be talking about seasonal depression, and that's probably the longest part. Then I'm going to be talking about healthcare, housing and transportation, and finally entertainment. So just a disclaimer, obviously I always want to be honest with you guys, and I'm just talking about my personal experience, so just keep in mind that anything that I'm saying is not coming from like a place of criticism, and I wouldn't want any of you guys to take it that way. But anyways, before we get started, I just wanted to say I post new videos every single Tuesday about college life, Montreal, traveling, lifestyle, and sometimes vlogs just simply for pure entertainment. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification button so you guys get notified every single time I make a post. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the city, the people, and the culture here. So for me personally, I feel like I'm just so blessed to have ended up here for my uni experience. You know, like uni is all about finding yourself and your passions and preparing for going out into the real world, and I feel like Montreal is the perfect place to do that. Like, it's a city of liveliness and energy, and you're gonna meet so many different people that have so many different cultural backgrounds than you, and I feel like that just makes it the perfect place to evolve as a human being and educate yourself on different cultures and other people's perspective and other people's way of life. Like, really get exposed to the world. And I also feel like its diversity makes it like such an accepting and open place. Like, I feel very comfortable being who I am here, you know, and that's just something that I really truly love about Montreal. Okay, so the second thing that I want to talk about is language. So for those of you who don't already know this, the official language of the province of Quebec is French. However, Montreal is the student capital of North America, so I think it's safe to say that almost everyone here speaks English. However, I don't want to say that Montreal is a bilingual city because I know a lot of people don't like that, but you can get by if you only speak English. But to be honest, learning French will make your life so much easier, like especially if you're planning on getting a job. Like, it's just so much more difficult for people who don't have a good base in French to find employment, because by law business here must be conducted in French, so your options are really limited. Also, like street signs, menus, most documents, everything's in French. When people first approach you, they approach you in French. So yeah, I really would encourage you guys to take classes, like especially if you're coming here as a student. Like, every single uni has French classes, so that's definitely an opportunity that you can hop on. Like, I'm doing that next year. Like, I finally got to register to take French classes, so I'm excited. I'm about to be a little bit more cultured, you know. But yeah, anyways, if you are planning on moving to Montreal soon and you don't really have a good base in French, then you guys should check out my video on what it's like living in Montreal as an anglophone, and yeah, I linked it in the description box down below, so make sure you guys check that out. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is seasonal depression. So in other words, let's talk about winter. Well, everyone knows it gets crazy cold in Canada, right? And everyone tells you to prepare for it by getting big thick boots and big thick coats, but no one tells you how to mentally prepare for it so you aren't depressed out of your mind. Like, guys, let me tell you, as lively and energetic and beautiful this city is, when winter hits, there are days where the city is just so dead. And what makes it so hard is that winter here lasts so long. Like, realistically speaking, the harsh winter with the snow and the ice is only like 4 months, but it stays cold for like 6 to 8 months out of the year. And the problem isn't the cold itself, but it's the environment that the cold creates that affects your mental health and affects your vibe. Like, for example, in winter the sun rises really late, and then by 4 p.m. the sun already starts setting, so your day feels really short, and by the time it's dark it's hard to be motivated because you feel like your day already ended, you know. And even when it's daytime, it can be cloudy and gloomy and there's no color in the sky, so you don't always wake up feeling fresh and positive and energized. Like, gloomy weather radiates gloomy energy, you know. It really affects your vibe more than you would think. Like, you know, when you're having a bad day and people are always like, well, the sun always comes out tomorrow, like, that's not always true in this case. Honestly, there has been times where I haven't seen the sun for weeks, and that type of energy results in you being less motivated and less productive. So honestly, it's not uncommon for you to start feeling depressed. And let me tell you, when you're a student, it is hard because you're already dealing with so many other things. There's already so much pressure, and you're in that transitioning stage in your life where you're trying to figure out who you are and you're trying to plan your future, and you're away from your family. And especially during COVID times, it's hard because you're isolated and you're in lockdown. However, I'm not saying any of this to scare any of you. Like, honestly, the whole point of saying that is just to say you have to mentally prepare so you aren't affected. Like, seasonal depression is real. In my personal experience, I've learned that a huge part of it is looking inwards and trying to find positivity and happiness within yourself, because the world can't always give it to you, and it's not always gonna give it to you. Oh my god, I promise you guys, the best way to do this is to establish your own personalized morning routine. Like, the reason that I say that is because your morning sets the tone for your entire day, and you have full control over your morning. Like, it's up to you to take control of your mental health and make sure that you're actually taking care of yourself during those times. For an example, something that I do, like, the second that I wake up, when I'm still not fully conscious, I play some meditation music. I just sit there, I think positive thoughts, I meditate, sometimes I manifest. You know, there is just so many things that I do to feed myself good energy and feed all of this good energy into my subconscious mind, because that way there's always a part of you that's being positive. You're starting off your morning with the subconscious thought like, today is gonna be a good day. You know, something else I like to do, sometimes I journal, I write how I want my day to look like. I'm basically planning to have a good day. And when you have that intention, when you have those thoughts in your head, that's what actually makes your day better. Like, I know not everyone is into that type of stuff, so find what works for you. But for me, that's something that helps me set a good intention for the day. But anyways, after journaling, I'll do my bed, I'll do my skincare, I'll watch some Netflix, I'll just chill out and really just take my time to have a good morning. Oh my god, let me tell you guys, the past couple days I haven't done this morning routine, and I promise you I was having just bad mornings, you know, because I didn't start off my day with the intention of having a good day. Like, I just woke up and whatever the vibe was my vibe, you know what I mean? So another thing, I actually stayed in Montreal the past winter, and something that I realized also really helps with your mood is learning to have fun in negative 20-degree weather. And the reason that I say this is because the prettiest and the sunniest days in winter are also the coldest days. And honestly, I enjoyed like trying new winter activities even during COVID and lockdown. Like, there was still so many things to do. You can go skiing, you can go tubing, you can go snowboarding, and honestly I can go on and on, but I already made a separate video of all the winter activities you can do in Montreal, especially during COVID times and lockdown. But yeah, that video is linked in the description box down below, so make sure you guys check that out. But anyways, like I said, the prettiest days are also the coldest days, so you really are gonna have to layer up with thermals and turtlenecks and coats and scarves and hats and boots and all that type of stuff. And honestly, it kind of discourages you from going out. Like, there are just so many steps to get dressed before you go out, and I know it sounds like really stupid, but honestly after a while it gets really annoying to have to do all these things, put them on and take them off. off every time you want to go out, when you go out multiple times throughout the day. And I don't know if this is just me, but when you're getting dressed and you're indoors, it just starts to get so hot. Like even when you're walking, like sometimes if I'd be walking up the hill like on my way to class, it would get so hot because it's like you're exercising, but it's also freezing, so you can't like take your jacket off. But anyway, it's honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. I just felt like it's something that I have to mention, because if you're like me and you come from like a really hot environment, those are just like the little things that you don't know. But anyways, the next thing that I want to be talking about is the healthcare system. Personally, just personally, I would prefer the student health services, like the clinic on your campus, rather than the public health care system, just because like it's different when you're a student and you're going to the clinic on your campus, because for example, there's so much less waiting time. Let me tell you guys a story. This one time I had to go to the ER and I waited there for 8 hours, literally 8 hours overnight, just for someone to come in and tell me that I needed ice and painkillers. And again, like I'm not criticizing at all, I'm just telling you about my personal experience, and so many students that I know have the same experience. So yeah, I just feel like the student health services that you can find on your campus, it's just better for you because it's made for you as a student, and it doesn't just cover like your actual health, it also covers your mental health. So you have services that are provided to you when you're struggling with your mental health, because they understand you if you're having struggles as a university student, as an international student, even just as a human being. And another thing, on campus you can get provided with referrals, tests, and results. I don't know, I just feel like it's better if you're a student to be using student services. Also, another thing about the healthcare system, if you're planning on finding a family doctor, first of all, good luck. Second of all, register as early as possible, because the process takes years. Like actually, it's literally almost impossible unless you have connections, you know? Like the waiting time is actually years. So yeah, just start planning ahead. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is housing and transportation. So I was thinking I actually make a separate video where I get into the specifics about where you could live as a student, the pricing, neighborhoods, housing, all of that type of stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to see a video like that, let me know in the comment section down below and I'd be more than happy to do it. However, what I do want to point out right now about housing is that Montreal is actually known for having low rental and housing prices. So I definitely do think that you can find a place that's affordable as a student. A lot of people here have roommates. So yeah, it's pretty chill, but obviously the closer you are to downtown, the more expensive it is. But in my opinion, I feel like it doesn't really matter where you live in Montreal as long as you're next to a metro station and a bus stop, because that's basically going to take you everywhere you want to go. And honestly, Montreal is a very eco-friendly city. The main source of transportation here is either walking or public transport. Public transport in Montreal is actually relatively much less expensive than it would be anywhere else in Canada. So yeah, I definitely do think it's worth it, like especially in non-COVID times, because me in my first year, I used the metro every single day, multiple times a day. Like it was just so useful to me. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's not always the most reliable thing, but I definitely don't think like it's that necessary for you to have a car as a student. Like I think public transport is perfectly fine, you know? Like if you don't want to be investing in a car, you totally don't have to. Also, cycling culture is really big here. Like a lot of people invest in bikes and a lot of people are invested in their bikes. Like they love it, they love cycling. So if that's something that you're into, that's totally an option. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about is entertainment, because I wanted to end this video off talking about something that I absolutely love about the city. So like I said earlier, Montreal is a diverse place, so you're gonna meet so many different people from so many different backgrounds, but also diverse groups of people with diverse groups of interests. And I really feel like the community and the entertainment industry take that and open up the opportunity for you to participate in and try new things. And I know not many people care about this type of stuff, but I feel like it's something that's so taken for granted. Living in Montreal is literally like living in a hub of cultural and social engagement. Let me pull up my list. They have Cirque du Soleil shows, there's a vibrant theater scene, symphony orchestras, national ballet, and even if you're not into that type of stuff, they have comedy clubs, live jazz, cabaret and burlesque, and just overall a beautiful local art scene. Like I don't know, I just love that there's always something to do here no matter the season, like especially summer. Oh my god, summer here is crazy, like crazy in a good way. Obviously they have so many different musical festivals here, like Picnic, Oshiaga, Arts, Bass, Punk, Rock. They have Montreal Pride, they have Fashion Festival, they even have Cannabis Festival. Like I spent last summer here, so it was during COVID times, but I still had so much fun because Montrealers know how to have fun. Like they want to have a good time. And like obviously pre-COVID times, that's what I loved so much about the nightlife here. Like people here know how to party. Again, the city is just so flavorful and so unique, and I really believe that there's a place for everything and everyone here. Like you'll definitely find your source of entertainment, you know? Oh my god, something to mention is that Montreal is literally the home to stylish people. Like no matter how well you're dressed, someone always looks better, and honestly you're not even gonna be mad about it because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I love how Montreal is dressed. Like I love Montreal street style. But anyways guys, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it just as much as I enjoyed recording it. And honestly, yeah, I just wanted to have like a sit down chit chat with you guys because there are things that you're just gonna hear again and again, but I really just wanted to sit down and tell you what my life is like here and kind of give you guys all the tips or tell you all the things that I feel like I wish I heard before I came here. Like things that even though you don't necessarily want to hear, that's the truth because that's what's gonna prepare you. Like for me personally, I'm the type of person, I don't like surprises. I like to plan ahead. I like to know what I'm getting myself into. So I want to share that with you guys. I want to tell you the full circle, all the good, all the bad. Anyways guys, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll leave it at that. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so you guys get notified every single Tuesday when I make a new post. Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's been so difficult for me to post every single Tuesday. Like I just don't like to post something that I don't want to share with you guys, or like I don't think is my best work, because I've done that before and I really don't like doing that. Because like honestly, I want to share content that I genuinely like with you guys, because sometimes I would just post just to make sure that I get it out on Tuesday, even if it's not something that I like. But I want to know, like, what do you guys prefer? Would you prefer that I just keep posting every Tuesday, or I'll make it a little flexible but I post something that I really like? I don't know. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below, but I'll see you guys next week.